Hello and welcome to Beginner's Plate. Today's recipe is boneless lamb curry, or you can also call it boneless mutton handi. You can serve it with plain rice, or you can also enjoy this delicious mutton handi with paratha or plain roti. So first I'm gonna marinate the boneless lamb. So I'm taking 1 tablespoon of garlic and 1 tablespoon of ginger paste in around 800 grams of boneless lamb. Then I'm adding 1 cup of yogurt, 3 chopped green chilies, 1 teaspoon of red pepper, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, and around 3 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons of coriander powder, and then around 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ghee, and then I'm gonna mix these all together. I forgot to mix coriander, fresh chopped coriander, so I'm gonna add around 3 tablespoons of chopped coriander here, and then I'm gonna mix it again. And once it's mixed, I'm gonna leave the marinade for 2 hours, but you can also leave your marinade for overnight. After 2 hours, I'm gonna start cooking by taking 1 tablespoon of ghee in a pan. And then I'm gonna add around 4 to 5 tablespoons of oil in the same pan. And once the oil heats up, I'm gonna add 1 stone flower, 1 cinnamon stick, 1 black cardamom, 4 cloves, and around 5 to 6 black pepper. And then I'm gonna add them to the hot oil. Next, I'm gonna add 5 to 6 chopped onions, medium-sized onions. And I'm gonna add them to the same oil with the raw spices that I've added. And at this point, I have to keep mixing the onions in the oil until they turn dark brown. We're not gonna add anything else other than onions. So onions are gonna provide the taste and the color to the curry. So they should be cooked equally and evenly, and that's why we have to keep mixing the onions on high flame, of course. The onions will change color very slowly, but we have to keep mixing them, otherwise they're gonna start sticking to the bottom of the pan like this. So we have to make sure they don't stick to the pan, otherwise the bottom will cook and the top will not cook. So just keep mixing until they turn dark brown. Let's prepare the powdered spices. Meanwhile, I have taken 1 teaspoon of salt with 1 teaspoon of garam masala and 1 to 3 teaspoons of coriander powder, and finally 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Mix these together with the salt and roast them on medium flame. After this powdered spices mixture is ready, remove it from heat and keep it aside. At the same time, the onions have turned light brown, but we still need to keep stirring them and mixing them so they don't burn from the bottom. But they're soon gonna turn dark brown as we want. Now the onions have turned dark brown, and this is the time we're gonna put the marinated lamb in. Mix the marinade with the fried onions well. The onions are mixed with the meat, and now we have to wait until the meat leaves water from the yogurt it was in, and then we're gonna add more water, and then we're gonna cover it to cook. So the meat has started leaving water from the yogurt, and now is the time to add more water. After the water, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of the powdered spices that I've prepared previously. And after mixing the spices, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt, mix again, and then cover the meat until it cooks and becomes tender. On one side the meat is cooked around 90% and on the other side I'm gonna fry the roasted spices in ghee. So I have taken 1 tablespoon of the roasted spices and I'm gonna fry it in ghee until the aroma comes out. And I have removed the cover after 1.5 hours here. So the lamb is 100% cooked. The gravy, the curry is fine. Now I'm gonna add the fried roasted spices here. Mixing the fried roasted spices with the lamb curry. And then I'm gonna add 3 chopped green chilies to the lamb curry, and I'm gonna garnish with fresh chopped coriander and then dish out.